What is up? What is up, everybody? Gotta turn off this fan. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Just realized this fan is roaring. Don't mind this. What is up? What is up? Realized that fan is roaring, bro. Let's get into some troubleshooting, says Marzies. First, appreciated your new journey. Hey, thank you so much, Game Changer. Thank you so much. You said I am second. What is up, Shashi? How are you guys? No, yes, thank you so much for joining this journey and for liking this journey, man. And because it really pushes me to continue going, because I feel like, people are able to use this journey and possibly even use it in a way where they themselves be studying or learning for something and kind of just see that somebody else is able to do it, right? I feel like that's the whole point of me kind of doing this journey, is I really want to encourage people who feel like they can't do it, that you can do it no matter what. No matter what it is, because I feel like I used to be one of those people where I would kind of count myself out of a lot of things. I'd be like, oh, I can't learn that. Oh, that's too hard. Oh no. Yo, I was trying to get my setup for writing notes. And sometimes this happens where I think it starts to use, like, I don't know, it starts to go over. This, like, I don't know how to explain it, but the saturation is bad. And so if I use it, it's like going to be very bright on camera. And the only way to fix it is by restarting my computer, meaning I would have to end the live, but I don't want to do that because I already started the live late. So I'm probably not going to be able to have the camera of me writing notes on my notebook. That sucks. I probably would have known previously, I would have done it, but I had no idea. So I'm not going to be able to show y'all my notebook for today because this is going to look messed up. Or maybe I could try it, but it's just not going to look too good. Let me just try it. Actually, I don't even think it's even connecting to... Oh, my app isn't open. Let me see what it looks like. Let me open the app. If it looks crazy, then I'm probably not going to do it. Yeah. It makes the whole notebook look bright as hell. Let me see if I clean the camera a little bit, though. Let me try something. Did it focus? I mean, it looks good on my phone, but it doesn't look good here. It's like highly saturated. I could probably still show it, but it might look... Yeah, it might look a little bit too crazy. It's just gonna look bright. And it honestly makes my whole screen look bright. Oh wait, no, I think it just fixed. Did it? I'm not sure. Let me go and jump to my main screen though. We do gotta immediately get into some studying. We started a little bit late today. Let's see if the camera ended up fixing or not. Oh, I forgot to start the virtual cam. Oops, wrong thing. Damn, everything's kind of glitchy. Okay, it kind of fixed. That's good. All right, so I believe the website or whatever we were trying to get into, we were taking a couple of notes on something. Real quick, I gotta check my other phone. Switch this to day 33. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching this mess unfold. I'm trying to see. I didn't have any of this prepared. Oh, I need to look up power delivery problems, and I hope I bookmarked the website. Please tell me I bookmarked it. Nope, I bookmarked how to troubleshoot a common PC hardware. Alright, it's not going to be too hard. Let's just do power delivery problems. Maybe I could find it. I think this is where they say it's like the power supply or something. But I low-key want to take down what the AI overview says, because I feel like there isn't like a direct website for exactly what they're talking about. A lot of it is about the USB-C, and I feel like they're probably talking about other things besides the USB-C. Okay, let me go back to my notes here. This phone is legitimately gonna die, and I don't know which phone to charge. It says Shashi, I'm second. Oh, it just died. It literally just died, so now I can't see comments unless I come over here. Sasashi, I'm second. What's your field, skill, and coding, and your level at? Okay. Let me see what oh wait, did my camera stop recording for some reason? Yeah, it did. I don't know why. That's weird. This should stay on like this. Let's see. If that happens again, then I'm probably not going to be able to have this here. Can't really focus. Alright, let me see. Is that fine? It looks fine. Let's get it. So we got the common PC power delivery include. So let me write that down. So common PC power delivery. And I've been really doing a lot more research. But granted, I will say that I'm at work. So a lot of the stuff I probably won't remember. but I ended up asking ChatGPT for like some basic computer issues just to see if I had some of the problems like solvable with a help desk like a mentality. But the only thing, like, I feel like I was getting the answer for a lot of them except for one because I was so focused on the RAM. But I think they said that that would have been just a CPU issue, which I did mention it. Or I think they said a GPU issue, which I did mention it, but for some reason I kept saying RAM. I think I was thinking of overheating or something like that. I don't know why I thought computer would overheat if you have a lot of storage. Um, so that was something where I ended up getting it wrong. But the other ones, it was like I got it right, but I just kept saying, like I kept missing the basics. So they'll be like, if you're a help desk personnel, they're saying, there's certain things where you should mention, like, oh, well, is the wire plugged into the socket? That was something that I did mention, and if the wire was plugged into the monitor. But then there was different things where it was like, did you try different HDMI cable? Did you try a different outlet? I missed those things. I was like, damn, I just wasn't thinking of it. But what's crazy is like if I were to be troubleshooting a computer in person, like in front of me, it's like those would be the steps that I would do, but I wouldn't have to think about it. So I feel like that's where it's a little bit, I was like, damn, I could have definitely got that, but hey, it's okay. So we got failure to boot. These issues can be caused by failing a power. Wait, these issues can be caused by a failing power supply unit. So yes, I guess it still ends up coming from a power supply unit, so can be caused. But my thing is, if it's failing, right, I believe you would replace it, but they always say that to take precaution with replacing it because it has all the wattages. It's possible, I guess, to pretty much hurt yourself, maybe electrocute yourself, I'm guessing, because of all of that's in there. It says incorrect wattage could be it, so that means you probably have a power supply wattage that doesn't support all the wattages that you have elsewhere coming from the CPU, the GPU, everything on the motherboard. Understood. You got damaged cables. What's going on with this pen? Oh, I think this is a new one. Damaged cables, and then we got faulty outlets. Okay, faulty outlets. But the thing is, if it's a faulty outlet, is it possible that if you just plugged it in somewhere else, you'll be fine? Or does it just mean that the wire is just done for? So we got software and / driver problems. And I'm assuming if they're talking about these, actually no, what is a software / driver problem? I thought they were talking about like the hard drive. But I guess we'll figure it out the more that we write. Troubleshooting involves checking all physical components. So checking all physical components. Gotta check if there's a comment. Says you've gotten so much better. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. No, truly, as I've continued, talking to ChatGPT, because I kept having them like test me while I was at work without my notes and stuff, and they're giving me some like really positive feedback on the knowledge that I knew. And I was just like, damn, did I really like learn it in an acceptable rate? Because they thought I learned less. They were like, oh, I didn't even know you learned this much, because I kept saying that I only know beginner stuff. I was like, I don't know anything. They're like, I can't believe you learned this much. I'm like, but I think the only reason why I feel like I still don't know anything though is because, for one, I still haven't really got into the basics of software. I haven't gotten to the basics of networking, like, Wi-Fi issues and stuff like that. Like I understand, basic things. Like if you're not connecting to the Wi-Fi, check if you are connecting, right? That's normally like the first thing you should do. Probably do a network reset, probably unconnect, disconnect, reconnect. But when it comes to like actual like beginner networking stuff, I don't really know too much. And then on top of that too, I don't know the software that people use. Like I haven't been familiar with Office 365, which I do plan on downloading at some point and getting familiar with it. Active Directory, I think I pronounced that weird, but I know stuff like that I need to get into. And then I think there was one more thing that involved, like a ticketing system. I want to get used to how the ticketing system works. And I understand that a job is going to teach you these things, but a part of me feels like if I show up and I kind of already know it, it can kind of like boost me to either being able to, negotiate my pay range, instead of them being like, yeah, she's going to have to get paid, 20 an hour because she doesn't even know how to use the ticketing system, like, because I'm going to have to mention that. And so it's like, I want to make sure that I know certain stuff so I could be like, I could direct what type of pay I'm going to get my first time like entering in there. Even though I know it's best to kind of hop from job to job until you find the right one, because, you know, IT is one of those skills where, which is what I've always been looking for, is like a skill that if you have experience under your belt, you can kind of go somewhere else and get paid more or get paid the same. You know, at my current job, it's not like that. If I were to leave this current job, nothing that I've done there could be translated to another position and be like, yeah, you're gonna get paid more because you worked here. So I always wanted a job where it was like, I'm actually putting in time somewhere that can be used, and I could be like, yeah, I've worked 3 years in help desk or something. Well, that'd be crazy if I was still in help desk, but three years in IT support, and because of that, now I can get into like networking and probably even be mid networking because let's say my skills were good and I can negotiate that. So I feel like I'm happy to finally find something that is negotiable and is something that you can actually do. And I can't believe a lot of people actually crap on IT. Like, and because of how much people crapped on it, I used to think it wasn't like that good of a job. I was like, I don't think I want to go for it. But when you actually look at it, and if you're like, I think, yes, if you're gonna just sit there and kind of stay in like IT support and you don't care to climb up to cloud, to security or networking, right? Then okay, maybe it could be a bad job. But if you have plans on climbing up into those fields, it's actually a pretty good job comparing to a bunch of other ones. You know what I mean? And it's a pretty good job in the sense of too, you really don't need to go to like college for it either. You can get in there and kind of climb up without going to college. But if you did go to college, of course, that would be a benefit. It would be a plus, but it's not going to be like automatic, you know? Um, but even with getting your bachelor's and possibly even getting your master's, you can get into a lot of management roles that pay even more, if you can even, you know, get in there, right? So that's why part of me is like, I'm surprised people crap on IT a lot because it has so much potential. And then even so, with all the skills that you do learn with IT, especially because it's technology, if we haven't noticed, the whole world is technical. So if you can learn like maintenance slash troubleshooting and slash building stuff, I'm like, you're kind of like setting yourself up for success throughout the years. So I was like, damn, this is probably the wave. So I'm trying to see if I can open up chat on my phone now because I charged it for a little bit. But that's what I'm saying. I think too much people crap on it. It's not a bad job. Like, and I can't believe I didn't think of it, but I really just assumed it was bad. You know, a lot of people made it seem that way. So I just kind of like fell for it. But the more that I've been looking into it, it's a pretty good decision. And it really has a lot of like other side hustle opportunities that you could do, whether that's doing IT work for friends, family, or people you don't know, clientele, right? And get paid good. But it's also possible that you can make PCs and, you know, do custom PC builds and be able to get money off of that. Or, you know, it's possible to make a channel about technology. It's possible to do classes where you teach people, you know, IT support, teach people how to build a computer. You know how much people would probably join that class? And if you can get them in there for like however much their computer is going to cost for them to like work on, you're making money if you just add up like maybe another 100. Probably get, you know, get a good 100 something from these people. Even if you started with phones and then you start with laptops, I'm just like, yo, like you people have no idea like the outside income source that you can end up making. What is up, Aponex? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, so that's where it's kind of like people be missing out when they see it and they don't want to go towards it. I think I've even seen this dude who was working as like a field technician and he really wanted to, I guess, kind of jump right into cybersecurity, but that just wasn't the case. But I'm like, you know, eventually he's gonna get into cybersecurity eventually, you know, and even being able to jump immediately, like he skipped help desk, he skipped you know, all that IT support level to be able to go to a field technician. Right after that, I believe it's like networking if you wanted to go in order. Like he can just hop into networking after that, you know? But he seemed so upset because he seemed like he just wanted a cybersecurity position. And honestly, I feel like that normally isn't like it can happen for people, but I feel like it normally doesn't happen, especially when you're chasing cybersecurity. Sometimes you just have to, I feel like I feel like the best way to get into cyber, but of course I'm not in cybersecurity, so I can't really say, but it would be something that I would be down to go for. But I think the best thing you could do is try to be an internal transfer. So if you know they have like a good tech team, but in that tech team they have cybersecurity there, literally just work there until you get into that cyber team. Because you're gonna literally be working with people there who are doing cyber, so you could talk to these people whether you're on your break or whatever the hell. And then on top of that, so you not only can you network with people who are actually cybersecurity people, you are probably going to get familiar with seeing their manager or your manager knowing you and possibly recommending you for your hard work to their manager. So whenever you do apply to the internal transfer, because a lot of positions open up internally, that's why there's none outside of it. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's hard to find external positions, because there's so much internal positions opening up and being taken by other people who are in help desk positions that you could have took if you just decided to work there. You know, I think internal transfers is probably the best thing you could do. It's going to be difficult to try and get an external career. It's definitely going to be hard, but we'll see. If I ever got into it, then this would make sense, but who knows? Right? At the end of the day, we're in the beginning of the journey. We're at day 33. I had no idea that we were going to get here. No idea. And I'm super happy too, because the video I just uploaded with me making the IT support website ended up performing well. And that was all I cared about when it came to the content, because I was probably going to change up the content if I felt like it wasn't going to perform well. Because for me, since I am trying to build for other people, it looks like I'm trying to build a different niche. But the thing is that the niche would hopefully be my journey and me trying to influence people into understanding that they could do whatever they put their mind to, right? But it's supposed to be following, what I do and like how that can inspire you. So there's going to be some people, which I already know there are, who are here from web dev who are still tuning in, even though it's IT support. But for my YouTube videos, it kind of seemed like the views were dropping or were kind of low. So I had come up with this idea that I can kind of mix in web dev with IT support so that hopefully this can allow the web dev journey people to kind of transfer over and understand like, oh, this is still, she's still doing web dev. It's just currently right now we're in this new chapter. So hopefully they can still tune in and hopefully like my personality and watch the rest of the content that I end up doing. But either way, it's like the best way I like to look at it is that it's like an anchor video, whereas like I know the video is gonna do well, so then I'm willing to build my other two concepts, which the first concept on Mondays, I believe, well, I'm not even sure anymore because I keep saying on Mondays, but I forgot that if I do every other day, that at some point it's gonna be on Sundays, then Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's like I'm realizing I probably can't say Mondays no more, but that the beginning of the week videos, I believe, are normally like video diary-ish type of videos about my journey, how I feel. It's kind of going to be like the emotional pull of like you guys and me, while the next video was supposed to be more kind of like interesting but IT way. So whenever I do get into like hands-on IT work, that's probably when those videos are going to end up coming out. Because I'm going to be, hands-on with IT work and I'm going to, be able to make it interesting. It could be like challenge videos, but as of right now, it's kind of just documenting what I was actually going through in the beginning of starting IT support. And it's kind of documenting that journey. And then possibly too, if I have like a good video, like, for instance, I made 30 days of learning IT support, but I'm trying to backtrack my content first. But when I get there, like I know that video would probably perform well. And it's different things like that for that day. But then I feel like on Fridays or the last day of the week, it's best for me to try and implement both of them together, because then it could hopefully merge both audiences and it can hopefully make the web dev audience kind of see that I'm still doing the same stuff just for a different thing and that you could stick around. But I think I've noticed that this channel, especially because this is like me studying and stuff, I noticed that this channel actually gets like a big push when people are out of school, like in the summer basically, and I assume it's people who just graduated that this channel ends up getting pushed out to. So I wonder if it's going to happen again in the summer, and if it does, normally with YouTube channels, people always have like a season with their channel. And I feel like that's what mine is like when people are trying to figure out what to do with their life, that they tend to get pushed out to my channel because I'm currently studying and trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life. So it ends up coming here. But yes, like I really love the concept of this channel, and I just think the more that I push forward, you know, I already completed web dev. I already got it to the point where I'm using it as a side hustle, not no crazy side hustle, but just something here and there, right? And then I'm trying to do the same thing with IT support, and whenever I land a position or whatever the hell, you know, we can end this chapter and then jump into another chapter. And I just feel like that's the point of this channel, is I just want to continue to show people, especially the people who lack the support, or even the people who have the support but they just lack the mental to think that they could do it. I feel like I want this channel to make people know that you can do it, especially too because I'm somebody who works already a full-time job. So there's even deeper people that I could relate to, like people who work and feel like they can't study, or feel like they can't, they don't have enough time for a career change. And I love the fact that I come on, you know, an hour a day before work, legitimately, like it's no joke. Before I even I do like 10 to 12 hour shifts some days, and I'll sit there and I'm still studying right before work. You know what I mean? And I just hope that that can inspire people, motivate people to see that, like, put in the work, put in the grind, and you can get to exactly where you want to get to. Because I know I feel like low key, if I really wanted to land a position with web dev, but the reason why I didn't is because I can't do programming. Programming isn't for me. It was too stressful. Like I can't. I need something that's a little bit more easier. But if I really wanted to though, I feel like I could have pursued it a lot more. Like if I gave myself another year and pursued it even more harder, I think I could have potentially landed a job. But or whether it was a startup, remember at the end of the day, experience over money. I feel like I could have definitely landed a job, but it was always something that I just didn't. I realized, yeah, no, this is a side hustle. I want to be able to choose when I want to code and when I want to debug. I don't want to sit there and feel forced like, oh, I got to debug this or choose this. Right now, we're taking notes on verifying the power supply wattage. Oh, wait, no, we're not. We're taking notes on inspecting the cables and adapter, by the way. So I didn't think this one was going to be that long for the power delivery. But the thing is the reason why I'm taking all these extra notes next to it is because it would be different if I was like, you know, oh, I know this, test the power source, but I've actually never heard of testing the power source. I don't know what adapter and wire they're talking about. So they're talking about the power cable and the PC. So it's like, that's why I'm taking all these extra notes for any damage, which is good. And then for laptops, test the official power adapter, which I think they're just talking about the charger at that point. So test physical. Oh, oops, not physical. Official power adapter. Eventually, we're going to get into the job search in about 10 minutes, so make sure you end up staying tuned. I just want to make sure we get all these notes. As an incorrect or incompatible charger can cause slow charging. Okay, I like that. Next, check internal components. So we're almost done here and we can eventually get into it. That's another thing too, is like most people think if they just slam themselves with a lot of information that they'll learn things. And what I've learned is honestly me doing about 30 minutes of studying and or 40 minutes of studying and then kind of job searching right after. I've learned that it actually gets me to understand exactly what I'm writing about. Like I remember when I would do an hour straight and I'm just like, I feel like I had to quiz myself a lot, and I still quiz myself now, but I had to keep quizzing myself to the point where I could understand something. But now I really feel like, oh, I actually got this down pat because I don't make myself study that hard. Sometimes studying too hard could do worse. You're not going to really understand it doing it that way. That's why people have the Pomodoro, which, you know, study for like 30 minutes or 20 minutes and then give yourself a 10-minute break. It's kind of what I'm doing, but because I do have to end stream, I normally try to do either 40 minutes and then kind of give myself 20 minutes to myself or to just do some job hunting. I want to see if there's new positions out, but the problem is like they keep showing me the same positions and I can't tell if it's the same. So I'm like reading it and I'll read it all the way through to be like, oh yeah, I think I already read this position. Hey, what is up, Shane? How are you? How are you, my guy? We got wattage. I don't remember exactly what I was reading. I think check internal component. Oh yeah, greater wattage. So equal or greater. Let me write that down. Greater wattage. There we go. The other day I was just kind of looking back at what YouTubers I used to watch when I was younger. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. Because I remember I used to watch, I think first I used to watch BF versus GF, right? I used to watch them. Prank versus Prank, I think I found them from Pranks. And then I jumped over to their vlogs. And they were like, because like looking back now, because I was watching a couple of the videos. And I was just like, wow, I can't believe that this was legitimately like a part of my childhood. Like, I think I was 12. And then I remember I used to watch FouseyTube, like hardcore. I loved Fousey. I didn't really watch Roman until then, until the Fousey tour. But I don't know why I just couldn't relate to Roman Atwood. Maybe because he just had like such a huge family. While with FouseyTube, it kind of felt like he was by himself a lot. So I feel like after even BF versus GF, I still used to really be tuned into Fousey. Because I was just like, I feel like I could have related a little bit more in that sense. But Roman having that, like, his big family and then, like, I don't know, doing, like, crazy, like, rich stuff at some point, I was like, yeah, I can't really relate. But then again, Fousey was buying, like, jewelry and buying a nice car and a motorcycle. But as a kid, you're not really thinking about those prices. And he never really said it. But when you see, like, Roman and he has this drone, then he has this car, then he has this thing, I was like, oh, this boy got money. Like, I can't relate. So it was hard. It was hard for me to watch his content. But after a while though, like even watching, like sometimes I watch Roman's vlogs now because he still vlogs. I like checking out Noah Atwood as well. I love his channel. But yeah, back in the day, man, it used to be that. And then I also used to watch Adam Salah. But it was crazy because when they all kind of stopped doing like vlogging kind of at the same time. I think Adam kept it up for another couple years though. But yeah, everything kind of all ended at the same time. Like I remember Fousey's last vlog and waiting like almost every day for another one, and he did not post. He was gone for years, literal years. But I just remember, that was crazy. That opened up like a part of my childhood that I forgot was there. So we gotta go system, examine the operating system. So we got 1 more minute before we get into checking the job hunts. I just want to write down this last thing. So check the Windows event viewer. So Windows event viewer for kernel power errors. Okay, actually I've never even heard of this. Kernel, if I could speak, power errors, which can point to power related issues. So let me just write that down. So related issues, and then look for the physical switch. Look for a physical switch on the desktop, I guess. Some power supply, on the power supply. So some power supplies have a physical power switch. So they have, I wonder if they don't, then what? So power switch, just break the circuit, damn it. That'll be crazy. That would be crazy. On the back, ensure it's in the on position. Older power supplies might have a voltage selector switch that must be set correctly for your region. Okay, and then I'll just put on. The other one probably don't need until later. So we got all those notes down for the power supply. I'm probably gonna have to give myself maybe a mini quiz if I want to. But I believe for the we're done. We're about to get into the job hunting. But I just want to see what tomorrow is gonna be because that ended up going by quickly. Oh yeah, so we're almost on to module 5 for hardware, and then we can dip, which I'm probably going to do a lot of that off camera on one of my days off because I really want to get hardware done so I can jump into software and stuff like that. But I guess the last thing would be dust cleaning and thermal paste application, which I think I know how to do thermal paste application. I don't really know about dust cleaning. I know sometimes they have like that little like spray, but I know if you do it too like incorrectly, you can kind of screw yourself. So who knows? But let's go and get into this job hunting real quick. I want to grab this. I could turn this camera off now. Well, hold on, because I do have a weird little image that pops up when I turn this camera off. I don't know why I did it like that. But alright, let me hop in here. And we can end up getting into this job search. I don't know exactly where to look though. I normally look on Indeed, or I normally look on a bunch of other things. Hold on real quick, because I just realized too, I gotta go into studio mode, and I gotta turn off this damn low camera. If I can get to it, it's right here. Turn it off, perfection. Come back to the intermission mode, get out of studio. Learn some things. So remote help desk. Sorry, sometimes I look up remote help desk jobs, entry level. Yeah, let's see here. And this is dice.com. I looked at Indeed. Oh, flex jobs probably doesn't seem bad. Entry levels. Let me see. In United States, because for some reason they're trying to show me like everywhere else. So let me try Dice. I've never tried Dice before. Oh, you know what? Never mind. The way their website was looking, it's not it. What about Flex? Nope. It's like they want you to sign up. Sign up for what? I don't want to sign up. I could go back on Indeed, but I feel like on Indeed, it's like all the same stuff that I was already looking at. This one's LinkedIn. This is about 2,000. I feel like I've been looking at LinkedIn all damn day too. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, I have been looking at LinkedIn. Who cares? Let's get back into LinkedIn. We'll do this. I think some of them are new. So let's get into it. What is up, Helix? What is up? How are you? How are you doing? Hold on, I'm trying to fast forward this. Alright, so I believe we might have already read these ones here, with Washington, D.C. be among the first 25. I feel like I remember that. This one is a week ago. I could have looked at this because I know I've been looking at a couple of things. I want to see if there was some that were a couple days ago, like right here, 4 days ago. We probably could have saw this too, but who knows? I want to see if we can find some, because this says $25 an hour, 100% remote, W-2 contract. Oh, and it's a contract too. I think I did see this one. This one's entry level. Definitely got to make a LinkedIn. I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to have to make a LinkedIn. I do have one. I just don't think I remember how to log in. So this is an entry-level role is essential for providing first-line technical assistance, ensuring prompt resolution of user issues, and maintaining smooth operations across our user base. So provide initial IT support, troubleshooting for hardware, software, desktop applications, remote access. See, like right here, I'm afraid to start applying, which first of all, I can't even apply yet because I still have this thing that I don't know if I'm gonna do. So I have to let y'all know by December. If I could apply already. But I get afraid to apply because I don't know how to use Active Directory yet. So I feel like I want to use this second month to kind of learn about software, learn about the basics of networking, desktop applications, well, probably not. I feel like they'll teach me how to use that. But then, using Active Directory, I always say it weird every time I say it. Windows login issues. You said you started applying for jobs. No, not yet. I still have to wait because I might enroll into a program soon. And if I enroll into this program, then I don't want to apply for a job because I won't be ready for it. Because I'm already working at a different job. So I wouldn't be able to balance 2 jobs and then, a program. So it's kind of like, it depends on whether I get into that program or not, which you guys should be finding out in the next week or so, like December something. But I don't know Active Directory, Windows login issues. I think it's a part of Active Directory. Yes, I think some of this stuff is like you do using that, but who knows? Document, maintain. I know I could possibly talk to people. I talk all the time on YouTube, but I do get like performance anxiety where because I know I'm like supposed to be the professional, I might say dumb stuff. But I'll get there. I might just trip up a couple of my words. 1 to 2 years of relevant IT support role. Oh yeah, I did read this one. Damn it. Desktop and classroom support. I remember that. Basic familiarity. Yeah, Active Directory. I gotta get used to that. I gotta get used to Office 365 as well. And being an admin in there. I heard something about don't give them too much control, except for the things that they're asking for, because that could lead to security issues. So I'm telling y'all, I've been taking tips. Is seeking a reliable customer focused junior service help desk technician. This entry level role provides first line technical support for end users, software network related. Okie doke. I just want to see what is their ticketing system. Help end troubleshooting VPN connections such as Zscaler. What the hell? What is all of that? It says, I guess you're not active on IG. If you message me on Instagram, then yeah, I'm probably not. But the only thing is that unless you added me, it's hard for me to tell. So I like for people to tell me in my stream, like if you're gonna follow me on Instagram, let me know. Because I do have it on private, and it's because I don't want people that I actually know in my like real life to go and follow me. And I've seen some people follow me on there that I know. So then I'm like, I want to make sure, because it was even an account that was like recently made, and I was like, I don't want to accept it because I don't know if these are people trying to figure out what the hell I'm posting on here. Because, you know, people can be weird like that. So serve as the initial point of contact for all IT support requests. So definitely let me know if you guys messaged me or added me. I should be able to see my messages, but I only go on there. Literally, I only go on Instagram to post like if I'm going live. And then eventually when I make that, I plan to make that Instagram like my job Instagram, like my entrepreneurship. So this is a full on-site role, so that can't happen. This is 2 weeks. This is a week ago. May have read this. Yeah, 124 applicants. Damn, can they give me something new? 4 days ago. 4 days ago. It says more than, what's select? Oh, okay, select. I understand, I guess. This is 11 months ago. I just want to make sure that I'm reading new ones. That's why I'm trying to find some of these. How far does this go down? Let me just scroll a little more. Oh, here we go. Okay, this has to be new. Well, it's still from Washington, D.C. I don't know if it's the same the same thing. Since I added you, I thought you post content there as well. Yeah, I used to post like mainly when I would be doing stuff, but mainly what I post is like kind of what I do in my Discord is just like I post when I'm going live, I post when I'm making a video. So it's kind of like one of those things. I do plan on eventually actually using it for content, but the only issue is that I'm so busy because I wanted to use my Instagram as like, this is what I'm doing today, this is what I'm doing today. But if I were to do that, I literally would just show y'all me waking up and getting ready for work. Probably getting ready for stream. So I guess I would have to see. It says deploy, configure Windows and Macintosh computers, deploy and install and troubleshoot printers, conference. For some reason, I know a lot about printers. Like not too much, like, but some things. I don't know why. So I guess I would be qualified for the printer stuff. Assist in deployment and documentation of IT policies, perform account. I heard that some of these jobs they give you, or they all should give you kind of like a configuration notebook. I guess that certain, common issues that pop up, I guess they give you like either online or in person that kind of explains those issues. And I'm like, yo, I would be in and out of that book. I wonder if there's people who are in IT that like just don't take it seriously. But I don't know, man. Like if I were to get that position and I got that configuration, like I'm reading everybody else's help desk ticket. I'm gonna sit there and try to like learn as much as I can learn, take my own notes. I'm probably gonna look crazy as hell, but the point is that I have a dream and a goal, and it's to not stay in that damn position. That's what that is. I'm trying to get somewhere else. 2+ years of help desk desktop support. 3 to 5 years supporting Windows and Macintosh systems. What the hell is Macintosh? Is that just like MacBooks? Or am I tripping? Because why are they calling it that? Experience configuring laptops, phones, workstations. I can't wait. I want to do phones too. I'm telling y'all, man. Phones is gonna be like doing laptops, phones, desktops, right? Just anything. Oh, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy. It's endless possibilities. Practice ticketing system. Oh, here we go. Such as Jira. So that's a ticketing system I would need. They have a couple of them here, but I do want to practice some ticketing systems. I'm sure if you get used to one of them, even if it's a new ticketing system, you kind of get used to all of them. But my biggest thing is I will really want to be able to stand out to people that I'm, of course, like after I want to say next week, if I find out I'm in the program or not. If I decide to not get into the program, I'm probably going to immediately start applying without really knowing some of this stuff, because you never know if I can get the opportunity and then boom, I get the job, right? Also too, it takes a long time to really get the job. So even though I don't care to have one now, I might as well start applying now. And because hopefully by the time I do want one, I can get it because I've just been applying already. Pretty much is what my thought process is when it comes to that stuff. So I gotta put ticketing system here. But obviously, if I'm in the program, I don't really want to apply yet, because if I actually got something, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I'll be screwed. So this is also saying here, oops, this is also saying Google Workspace. So I gotta make sure I get that down pat. So Google Workspace, and then Adobe Creative Suite. I'm definitely writing this in a weird way or similar, so that's nice. I like how they gave you some of the stuff, Windows and Macintosh. Obviously, I don't think I really need to write that down. Just kind of my goal should probably be to just be familiar with the most modern-ish or office-ish computers, if depending where I'm going to work, is really the case here. So I would suggest looking for an internship, get an experience and reference letter from intern organization, and you will get a full-time offer easily. You know what's crazy though? Is like back in my school, they gave me like I don't like to call it a class, because I feel like when you call it a class, then it comes off like, oh, so it wasn't an internship, like you guys didn't actually do stuff. But there was like an opportunity where they did allow us to have an internship for I think about 3 to 4 months, and it happened to be in IT. And I was doing a couple of IT things, like we were trying to get the badges of the students to basically be able to, I think, connect to like the systems. Whenever they badged into school, it would show that they came on time. They had to badge into lunch because people were skipping in certain lunch rooms, so we had to like make sure that was connected. We had to do some troubleshooting for the laptops. We had to reset it, and then I think we had to also log in certain students to where this is your laptop. I know I'm saying it in a weird way because I didn't know what I was doing, because it wasn't a class. It was literally an internship. Like he didn't teach us too much. It wasn't like he's standing in front of the class like, you guys do this, you do that. Like, no, like he straight up was like, if anyone wants to help, here's this laptop, do what I tell you. I was like, damn. So in a way, I feel like I kind of had full-blown hands-on like internship type experience. But obviously I can't list it as like a job because I was in school. But it's definitely something that I think a lot of people can't say yet, is that technically I had hands-on experience. Technically, it says $4,000 to $4,500 a month pay. That's good pay, but I don't know if that's right now. This is Jacksonville, Florida. It's 5 days ago for 200 applicants. So damn, a lot of people really do be applying to a lot of these. But yeah, I wouldn't mind looking for an internship neither. The only thing is though, is that if I'm doing internships, I could do it. I just feel like a lot of it would need to be remote wise, because I feel like I can't do in person while working my full-time job. It's just not going to work, because then I'm probably, unless the internship is part-time, then I think I could do it. But if it's a full-time internship, I'm screwed. I would be screwed. A lot, like if it's going to be in person, everything needs to be part-time, because ain't no way I'm about to sit there and drive like however far to end up going to this another 8-hour shift and then only have like 6 hours of sleep every day. That would be too hard. It would need to be a part-time. But I wouldn't mind it. I would not mind it. I could definitely check if there's like internship. What is it called? I need to check if there's like internship remote jobs. Pretty much. You said, but the certificate from org will be credible. You can't give words as a proof. The certificate from from an organization is what you're saying? Will be credible. You can't give words as proof. I think I have it on paper. Like it's like on the transcript. So I think I do have proof that I did it though. Like it's not gonna be my word. Like I literally did it. So I think I do have proof that I did that. Unless you're not talking about that and you're talking about something else. But yes, I do have proof that I did have hands-on IT experience. Like they could literally look it up. They can call the place, or they can call the school and they'll say it. So if there are tremendous remote opportunities, so then definitely let me go and look them up. Cause I wouldn't mind taking an internship type of remote help desk position. Let me just go look it up because sometimes they try to like show too much. So help desk. Let me see. Internship remote. I'll probably apply to all of it, honestly. I would literally sit there and I would apply to, I want to say, full-blown regular jobs, like remote help desk jobs regularly, but also internship wise as well. It says LinkedIn has about 298. Indeed only has about 17 to 15. So I guess maybe looking at LinkedIn, but the problem with LinkedIn is that it could be really fake. I feel like Indeed sometimes they have like more realer type of stuff, but I guess we'll see. Let me go and jump back over here now. Give me a second. Here we go. So we already got an internship in Houston, Texas. Now the only thing I want to see first is I need to see if this is remote, because if it's in person, then we can't do it. It says Cabby show resumes on screen if possible. I haven't made my resume yet. I have not made my resume yet. I am currently, though, I am working on it. Because I do, like I said, I have that internship type of experience. Though I probably wouldn't call it like, because I don't want them to think that it was a full-blown job, because it wasn't. But I also don't want them to believe that it was a class, because it wasn't. So it's like, it's weird. I really don't know how I would describe it, but of course I'm going to figure out a way to describe it perfectly on paper. And if they wanted to, they can contact the school and they can see that I did, do that. But what I'm probably going to call it is like hands-on practicium or something. So it's like, it shows that like I did have hands-on work. Because it wasn't really like, I don't know how to explain it, it's tough. I don't see where it says remote here, so I'm probably not going to look at it because this might be in person. It says IT help desk intern. Might be in person. I don't see remote. Let's check here. This is a week ago, but I'll be among 25 applicants. Let's see. This is 15 to 20 hours, so that's good. That's actually really good for me. Determined between the student and department. $15 an hour. This position is not eligible for benefits. I don't care. It's a 10-week-long internship. I just can't see if it is. York County provides an environment where... Damn, I don't think any of these are remote, low-key. I think these are just internships. Enrolled in college or technical school, pursuing a degree. Maybe required to work nights. I can't do that. I'm already working nights. An employee who understands that he or she is hired for a limited amount of time. I don't think this is remote. It says, dude, you can ask HR like this is my issue. Give some good reason, like I have my classes and all. Try to fight to make it remote. They do consider, because organizations need to show to government that they take in interns. Oh, okay. All right, so then maybe that would have to be the wave then. I would have to apply and just hope that they pretty much would let me do a remote position. Because, yeah, none of these look like they're remote. I would have to check, though, if there is some around me, but I doubt it. But the thing is, though, is a lot of them is saying that you need to be enrolled in a program at an accredited university. Is that true? I thought anybody could take an internship. Oh, right here. They ain't playing. But I thought anybody could take an internship. If you have to be in school, then I probably can't do it. Or maybe some of them just probably prefer people in school and I can just still apply for it. But this one legitimately says not remote, so then maybe that wouldn't be the wave. I feel like that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a lot of these are going to be I'm in the wrong one. I think a lot of these probably are going to be in person. But like you said, I could probably try to negotiate it. First of all, for this to be an internship and they're paying $36 an hour, well, let me see how long. For 10-week internship from June 8th to the 15th, fully on-site office location. So you spend too much time. God knows how many decades you're going to take to land a job if you are spending this much time on a single description. I'm not even applying yet, Helix. I'm not even applying. I don't plan on applying until possibly next month because I don't know if I'm going to be enrolled into a program or not. I'm just currently trying to see how things are looking. But I refused. And also too, I wouldn't apply on camera because I wouldn't want people to know where I want to work. So I'm not even applying yet. It's probably either going to be next month or possibly January, one or the other, December or January, maybe mid-December. I'll let y'all know when I do start applying. I'm not literally looking for a job right now. I'm looking for what I think looks interesting, but I'm not going to legitimately be applying anytime soon until like next month. Let me go and see real quick. So you're thinking of problems before even applying and getting an interview and having a discussion and landing an offer. I don't did I mention a problem? I don't think I mentioned a problem. I just was saying, what did I say? I don't think I mentioned an issue. I just said something about if it's not remote, that would be difficult. I think that was all I said. Oh, and then and the other one wasn't even a problem. It was actually a genuine question. I was just saying, if it's an internship, do you have to be enrolled into an actual university? That was all I was asking. Because some of them do say, they do say, so I was wondering, is that like an actual thing? Because if that's the case, then I probably wouldn't be able to apply for these. I don't see how that's an issue. Inbound support calls. This one is a little bit too much to the point. It says IT internship, monitoring endpoint protection, inbound calls, field support calls, relevant coursework. I like this. This one isn't too bad. It does get to the point. It was about a week ago. Let's look at this one. This one says desktop. I don't even know what that means. I just added desktop. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go look it up because I wanted to see. I thought you were gonna answer my question, but let me go look it up. Are you able to? Because I'm like, why are some of these jobs? Are you able to apply for internships? Sorry, I just took it off the camera because I don't want the location to pop up. Not being in a student, I guess. Just wondering because I don't know. A lot of them have been asking. Also, you can apply for internships even if you're not a student. Okay, that was a genuine question. Like I wasn't trying to like mess around. I was being genuine. He said, I get it. You want to get a feel of the first salary. I feel like I don't really care what the pay looks like, in all honesty. I just want the experience. My biggest thing and what I always tell people is make sure you choose experience over pay. Experience over pay, especially if you're trying to get into something that requires experience. So I wouldn't really mind doing any of these. These aren't too bad. I just can clearly see that I'm probably gonna have to really like fight for a remote position because a lot of these, oh, this one's part-time. That's helpful. Because a lot of these, they definitely are in person. So I'm gonna have to fight hard. But learning to support a Windows environment, assisting with workstations, introduction to Active Directory, I love it. This is perfect. It literally is just going to straight up teach you everything Microsoft Office installation, configuration, IT inventory. Yeah, this wouldn't be bad. Currently enrolled. Why do they keep saying I have to, like, I know it's a preference, but I didn't even know this was something that people preferred, is that you're like in college. Professor and instructor were preferred. Well, it's not happening. It's not happening, sir. It says, where is this? Is ability to lift, carry, push, ability to, oh my goodness, my voice disappeared. Ability to stand and walk. Wait, hold on. Ability to stand, walk, and sit for hours? But wait, 4? Okay, hold on. They didn't even spell 4 correctly. Per day. Yeah, no. This person, if your job application wasn't even spelled correctly, man. I mean, the job offer. I don't know. I can't accept that. I cannot accept that. I don't know what you're going to be doing. This is $15 an hour estimated based on experience and skill set. Provide day-to-day IT support, manage software, hardware. Well, I like this. Assist with workstation setups for new hires. Self-starter who's eager to learn and grow. Oh, that's me. A valid driver's license. Oh, looks like they want you to go do some stuff. Why do you need to know if I got my driver's license? Ability to lift 30 pounds. Yeah, this is definitely... I'm gonna have to fight for these remote positions, but internships don't seem too bad. I'm definitely gonna have to see, like, off camera if they have anything around me, which I doubt, though, because I feel like I would have saw it already. I feel like I would have definitely saw it already. So it says actively hiring, be an early applicant. This already has 200 applicants, so this must be a good little job here. This is just saying what your day-to-day is. I mean, for them to have 200 applicants, I'm assuming people probably are fighting for. They're probably doing the same thing where they're applying and then trying to fight for like remote positions. Because ain't no way everybody on LinkedIn just lives here. Ain't no way everybody on LinkedIn lives here, bro. There's no way. Legitimately. It's just not possible. But yeah, I mean, internships, 16 hours ago. I'm ready. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even have my damn application ready. My resume ready. But that's the good thing though. So I'm happy that I technically, whether or not it can be considered like a full-blown internship, but like I said, it's not considered a class. I might call it like a hands-on practicium or something, and just kind of explain under that how I got a lot of hands-on experience, which is going to be great. So that's going to be dope. And then on top of that, I believe I also, since I'm going to be able to have that type of hands-on experience, and then I've also already been doing IT work for some people here and there, so I can consider that like freelance work. I just don't know how much months or that I can consider it, because now that I've been looking back, I'm like, I've kind of been doing freelance work. I mean, not freelance work. I've been doing IT support work, so I can call it either independent work or freelance work or whatever. Mention those things to hopefully try to boost up my experience level, because I do have a good amount of experience in IT. It's just I don't really have like a game plan. I feel like I always just kind of go with the flow. Like I'm just like, you know what, if the network's not working, this is what I'm gonna do. But I didn't notice that it was like an actual thing. Let me go read the comments real quick. It says, I've seen your recent video. Oh, damn, my phone died. My fault. So I've seen your recent videos about how you feel behind or lost and feel like giving up. I don't know if you meant that, but I have some advice. Also don't give up. Says Marzi. Well, hold on. Let me answer that first. So for one, I feel like I don't remember. I don't know what video you're talking about. If we're talking about like giving up in tech. I feel like in that moment, sometimes you do get into that moment where you do feel like, damn, is this even worth it? Like, I feel like, it might not work out. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do tech, or maybe I shouldn't pursue this, shouldn't pursue that. But I feel like that sometimes is something that I do think of sometimes, where I'm just like, damn, this is tough. But I feel like, in the end I pushed through, and now I feel the most confident I've ever felt in my life when it comes to pursuing something in IT. Now that I've done a lot more of my research and I've been studying, like I feel like I could really do it. So at that time I felt like that, but I think things have 100% got better. Said, Martha, trust me, this is just over exaggeration of what they need. They always say 5+ years. Oh yeah, I know that. That's why for me, I'm not one of those people that I'm going to apply to everything. Like, I don't even care if it says like senior or mid position, because you never know the opportunity you can get. Because I remember just listening to this dude the other day. He was saying he was applying to a position that he said didn't even qualify him. So they didn't accept him, but that same person actually, word of mouth, got him into another job. So I was like, damn, that's crazy. So it's like, just apply to anything, because you never know if those people are going to talk and try to help you just because they know you, or just because they feel like you qualify somewhere else. They might pass you on to somebody else. So it's like, that's always my biggest thing. I already know about that. I don't care about what they're asking for. I'm literally looking just to kind of see like what is the basic ticketing system. I know I could just look it up, but with most jobs, you're gonna want to make sure your resume matches that exact job, if that makes sense. So it's like, if that job's like they want you to be familiar with Jira ticketing system, it's like I'm gonna make sure I list that on there, specifically make it more clearer compared to ServiceNow and Remedy, because they don't care about it. You know what I mean? Says you should really start learning frameworks and learning APIs. So you're still, so you must have came from like a web dev video. Said the super simple dev, I'd recommend learning React, making APIs. No, yes. For web dev, I'm completely ended. Well, it's not completely ended, because I feel like I am still currently trying to grow with web dev. But with web dev, I completely pivoted, I would say, all the way to IT support. So I'm kind of done with web dev. I do plan in the future to get more into React, get into Tailwind, learn APIs, learn JS, X. But I feel like for me, I kind of already made it to where I want it to be. My main goal with web dev was to make it a side hustle, and that is what it ended up becoming. I finally made it a side hustle. If you guys seen my recent video, probably like a week or two ago, I landed the first client. I got the JavaScript certification, right? So I feel like I kind of completed what I wanted to do when it came to web design. I never really cared to make it go further. But I do plan down the line eventually when we probably do a couple more chapters on this channel, we could probably spin back and be like, yeah, let's learn some more stuff. But currently, I'm not really too focused on web dev no more. I'm highly focused on IT support and just trying to land, as of right now, a help desk position. Maybe start applying in December or something, who knows. But I'm more focused on IT support. I think IT support definitely is just more better for me. He said, how much did you make from that job, if you don't mind me asking? It's still something that is currently in the works, and it's also nothing too crazy or nothing too high. What I ended up telling people in the video is that normally your first client is going to be somebody whom you know. So my first client is someone that I actually know and that I actually am going to be, working with in person to go and make a website. But because I know them, obviously I'm not going to charge them nothing crazy. So and it's not something that has been completed yet. So I feel like the pay aspect of things hasn't went through yet because I haven't finished. And since I know them, I know they're going to pay me. But it's nothing too high. It's nothing too high. Like, it's not even in the thousands because I never planned on making web dev be a career. Like, I don't plan on being I don't care for it to be a career. I don't want it to pay my bills or anything. Web dev was just so I could make a couple $100 a month. So it's nothing too crazy. I do know the person. I charge very cheap for them. And the website is eventually, at some point, is going to be done. But I'll probably let y'all know whenever I get that website done for them because it's still in the talks. We're still working through what it's going to look like. Helix said, got laid off 2 months ago. Oh, where were you working? Where were you working? Oh, wait, I meant to read something else that you wrote, Helix, my bad. Says, I follow simple rule. If I found some of the skills, tools match my resume, I just hit apply and see how it goes. No, exactly. I actually like that because that's definitely what I'm gonna do. Like, I know I talk a lot when I'm reading it and I'm scrolling, but the thing is like, I also don't want people to see which ones I'm actually interested in because what if I get it? You know what I mean? And then now you guys know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know, because I don't want too much people to know exactly where I'm working for because people can like sabotage you, especially people who really don't. Like, they be watching, but they're secretly haters. So it's like, you just got to make sure that you do the right thing. Keep it separate, basically, is how I think about it. But yeah, I was gonna say, I know that I do talk a lot though when I'm like looking for applications, so it might seem like I'm just not interested in certain things, so it's like I'm skipping it. But no, I already kind of have in mind exactly the jobs I'm gonna be applying for. And I'll let y'all know when I do start applying, but I'm kind of set. I think I know. It says I'm a software engineer, do not .NET and React.js. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I feel like I knew this, but I keep forgetting that you used to be some, but now your name is Helix. So it's like, so I'd be forgetting. But damn, bro, that's tough. That's tough. But at least you've had a role as a software engineer, so hopefully it could be a little bit more. Not easier because it's still tough. I've heard a lot of people who got laid off and then it's tough for them to find something. But it's still, at some point you're going to find something. At some point it's going to click. At some point you're going to get in there. Especially with already having some good experience. So that's pretty dope, man. But sometimes we got to see the positive in it because even though, that happened, there's some people who still can't find careers and they never had one to begin with. So the fact that you actually have that experience on your belt, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, but I'm sure you'll find something at some point. Just keep applying and you got this. But no, yeah, so I can't wait to finally get into like that applying stage and be telling y'all. And then eventually if I landed something based on my resume, I wouldn't mind looking over other people's resumes and kind of seeing how that goes. Because since I kind of can list certain things as like independent work or freelance work, and then I can kind of list the internship class or whatever the hell you want to call it, practicium, however you pronounce that, I think I said it right, as hands-on experience. And with freelance and then the hands-on experience, and especially too when I do apply and the further I go down, because I'm sure I'm not going to get a job like this, the more months that I keep doing IT work for people, it's the more months I can add up as freelance work. So that is even better. As long as I'm actually doing freelance work. Of course, I don't want to sit there and lie, but I should be actually doing freelance work because, it's not that difficult to find people who need IT stuff to get done. Then yeah, so I just feel like from there that should be good. That should build up a lot of my experience, and then hopefully I'm also going to be at that time too. I want to say by January I want to study. I'm going to be studying for the CompTIA A plus. It could be December, depends on if I get it done. By January, I'm gonna be studying for the CompTIA A plus, man, and then that's gonna be even better if I could get that under my belt. But I know getting the CompTIA A plus is tough. I seen like this school near me or this program near me that's 6 months long. I'm like, damn, it's gonna be tough for me to get that. But if I even so, you could still put it on your resume that you're currently working towards your CompTIA A plus, and that's not bad either. Especially too, whenever I plan on going for the bachelor's degree as well, I can also put that, excuse me, on my resume. But I feel like I only want to go for that bachelor's degree if it's like clear I'm gonna be able to land that networking role, which I think I should be able to. I don't think it's as hard as I'm thinking. Like, I think it's tough, but you put in the work, you put in the grind, you go internally. I think you can definitely get in there and do great and big things. So hopefully I can do my thing, man. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching, for enjoying the stream. We had a great time today looking for jobs, taking a bunch of notes, and I think the last thing for module 4, like I said, is about the thermal paste and I believe the dusting. Yes. So I got to look at how you end up doing that and how you could do that safely on tomorrow's stream at, oh, well, tomorrow is Sunday, so I really don't know what time I'm going live because people be going to church. People be going to church, man, so I might have to do like 2 or 3, who knows. But I should be going live around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. EST, so definitely make sure you end up tuning in. We're going to be studying a little bit about hardware there, doing the dusting, the thermal paste, and yeah, and then some more job hunting, because I still want to look. I'm still putting certain stuff on the side when I see something that I'm interested in. So yeah, catch y'all on the next one. Y'all are super goated. Love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, by the way, if you're new. Deuces.